What's going on, everyone? MikeO back with a little bit different type of video. Usually I'm coming at you with mail days and box breaks and grading reveals. Today, wanted to try something a little different. Going to show off some items that have been selling over in the eBay store. For those who aren't aware, in January of 2022, I started my own eBay store, sports card shop, virtual sports card shop, for multiple reasons. Just something I really wanted to do, something I always wanted to do at a little bigger scale. It's just still a part-time thing for me, but I do put an awful lot of hours into it. And over the course of the last year and a half, I've added 27,000 plus items to the page. So some new products, I'll break some products and add stuff. I'll buy big lots, different ways to source material, but add stuff, specializing in kind of lower end stuff, lower cost cards, making use of the eBay standard envelopes. But of course, I will put some pricier stuff up as well from time to time. And it's something that I enjoy doing. It is a lot of work, but I have fun with it. And I just thought it would be maybe interesting to just show off some of the items that sell, because I feel like oftentimes, especially right now, you just hear about how, the market for cards is weak and things like that. And people are definitely still looking for cards and buying cards. I certainly specialize mostly in baseball. I do add football as well, and I will have other sports from time to time, but it is certainly baseball heavy. This is just a look at some of the stuff that was recently added. And what I find helpful is, and I use this an awful lot when I'm searching for items. You can sort by team. So if you want to look for Mets, it's going to bring up a bunch of Mets cards, right? If you're looking for PSA graded cards, and that's how I shop in other people's eBay stores, and that's how I'll look too. So it's really a nice way to do that. But what I wanted to focus on is over on what is sold, and certainly not going to go through every item, but maybe some highlights or just give some of my insights, my thoughts. Because as a collector at this point, I'm someone who used to always collect a little bit of everything, at least baseball wise, baseball, football wise. And in the last couple of years, I've narrowed it down where it is majority of what I'm keeping for myself and what I'm going out purchasing Phillies cards. And I do like the current cards, and I really love trying to find the pre-war cards right now, because that's just something I'm continuously learning more about and such. And I'll collect Phillies of any kind. And I like to pick up some vintage Hall of Famers from time to time as well. And I like to pick up some rookie cards of whoever, guys who are making a case for the Hall of Fame, or just a player I really like, and some of the modern players as well. Break some extra boxes, maybe keep an extra rookie or something for myself. But I also really enjoy, and one of my favorite aspects of the hobby is just watching a game and going and hunting down a player, or even watching an old highlight, or having a memory, having a conversation with someone and thinking about players either from my childhood or from, just a certain run at some point, and then just searching out and buying some cheap cards. Sometimes I'll buy a single card, sometimes I'll buy a big group to save on shipping. And I, at some point kind of thought to myself, well, other people are going to like to do that as well. And I feel like that's something that people can find over in my store. So just looking at some stuff that sold today, obviously a group of Yankees cards here, a few individual sales, actually a couple football. Like I said, the store is mostly filled with baseball, but I do find that baseball singles, specifically the random singles, seem to generally sell a little better. And of course, from time to time, I'll sell some extra stuff of mine, like an old Cliff Lee jersey. Um, Team sets, I've actually done very well in 2023 Topps Series 2 with team sets. You can see another one sold today. Now, I have that as a multi-list item listing, so it's not going to show in here the specific one. I have to look from something else to see. But as you can see, I listed a lot of them, and 197 have sold. So you have the drop down menu, which of course you can use. The Cincinnati Reds, by far the best selling team in Series 2 in terms of team sets. The Pittsburgh Pirates, probably number 2. but other teams, of course, move as well. And then certain teams like the Marlins, other teams just really, you have a very difficult time um, selling. It's just not a huge fan base, not a big collector base, but you can see a pretty good mix here. The top's 206 sealed boxes. I have a stack of extras of those that left over from 2020. And since the announcement of the 2023 version, which is just coming out, some people have started to receive them. The 2020 boxes have been selling really well. So been able to move a lot of them. But you can see right here, Kansas City Royals sticker. Some stickers. People will buy a lot of different things. Slabs, I get a ton of offers on, but I don't have a tremendous amount of slabs listed. So it kind of depends what it is. Sometimes I'll be, you know, take any offer, and others like this Billy Ripken, which is just a card I love. I already have one in my collection. Came across a few extras that I got graded recently and knew they weren't going to grade super well. Got an 8 and a 9, but I figured it was the type of card I'd rather just have slabbed at that cost. I wasn't going to lose out on it. And sometimes having a graded card is just a little easier to move if you know the condition isn't perfect. But I got like 6, 7 offers on this card within it being listed for 48 hours. So that's something you know is eventually going to sell. I did accept a few dollars off of that. You got even some racing, Formula One, Sapphire One, some hockey. So there's actually a good mix in recent sales. Had one person come along and make a bunch of offers on some of these Pinnacle the Mint cards. So was able to move some of them. See a pair of Cal Ripkins, even 2023 Top Series 1 continuing to move. We've got right here a Josh Naylor. That's an Allen and Ginter Chrome Gold, numbered to 50. Him and his brother have both been playing really well lately. And when there is some significant on field performance, you certainly see an uptick in interest and offers or just straight out purchases. So that's kind of neat. Tristan Castis' finest card. Received multiple lowball offers on this card. Eventually received one. I think I accepted 150 on that one, which I thought was a good price. Obviously, he does have a lot of upside, and gold refractors are very popular. But the reality is, not every guy's going to make it. And Topps Finest is a sweet product this year. I really like it, but at $220 a box, whatever they cost when I first got them, they're probably a little higher now. Very, very difficult to get money back. You need some bigger cards like that. There's a big string of Cubs cards that move. Those were all to the same purchaser. And like I said, random cards will sell. Hunter Pence, still a fan favorite. Obviously played a long time for the Astros and won multiple championships with the Giants. How about Bruce Ruffin? Shout out to my Philly fan friends. Cody Clemens, who maybe should be back in the big leagues because the guy they replaced him with recently is not working out right now. Adley Rutschman refractor. My boy Dick Allen. It's a shame all his cards released in the last couple years through Topps, or the majority of them have been in White Sox uniforms. We got to get some Phillies Dick Allens, please, Topps. And by the way, Phillies. Now, I'm a Phillies fan for those who aren't aware, just coming across the channel, and a huge Phillies collector. Therefore, I have a lot of extra Phillies because I will buy into some breaks sometimes or buy extras. I'm just more prone, and being in the Philadelphia area, if I'm at shows, I'm more prone to picking up extra Phillies. And I keep essentially one of each in most situations, but I just happen to list a ton of them. So you will see a lot of Phillies cards sell in the store. Some autographs, Ricky Botalico. Kerry Carpenter, silver pack, rookie. He's pretty popular in Detroit. Sold a few of his. Alex Bregman. So these are ones I got. I think this was just straight out purchases. They might have used some sort of coupon with them, but like that was something. It was like, whoa, when those sold, you get the little smile on your face because obviously the Astros are a fantastic team. They're defending world champions. They've been to multiple World Series in recent years. They are not popular. Obviously, there's some hardcore Astros fans out there, and there's There's people who enjoy their team and they're very passionate about their team, but as a general sales are not good with the Astros. They're still probably the most disliked current franchise in baseball. Vintage, I actually do okay with um, vintage stuff. A lot of times it is not in terrible shape, but not high grade at all. And the low grade stuff does sell. You put it cheap enough, people will buy it for either completing team sets or player runs or perhaps just sets. Shohei Otani stuff obviously has been moving very well lately. He's the best player in baseball right now, no doubt about it, and among the best of all time. Oddball stuff is also pretty good. This is a Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs card, something that was produced and sold at the AAA Phillies affiliate stadium. Um, Big set, break them up, and they do move. And I've done that with a lot of other stuff as well. A lot of inserts, photo variations, Ichiro, some refractors, little mix of football and baseball. Corbin Carroll, he goes hot and cold as well. You get a lot of offers on cards, and sometimes you have to somewhat stand your ground. One thing I have noticed with listing stuff, especially with new products, obviously things will sell at a bit of a premium right away because some people just want to grab that stuff immediately and be done with it. They don't want to have to search for it. Um, going forward or in the future, or fear that they might miss out. But you will see a lot of people then come on listing stuff and they underprice their stuff ridiculously. And sometimes you can get some good deals on that stuff, and then those items will dry up quite a bit. Another Ichiro, so some Ichiro stuff moving lately. Kenny Pickett, rookie from Select, but football, I broke some Select retail stuff and just a very difficult break. I like doing it, and I'm always happy to list a few. Here's some stuff that I did pretty well on too. 1994 Topps Finest pre-production cards. This is a little group. Someone bought 5 of them, but in the past I've sold 1 or 2 for different teams. Even cards like Topps Finest. This is a Topps Finest base card of Jacob deGrom. But one thing you have to remember, and a lot of us who are in the hobby at to ridiculous levels, because most of us who are on here either making videos or consuming videos regularly, we are not normal collectors. We're thinking about baseball cards on an absolutely daily basis. And many of us probably an hourly basis. And you have to remember, most people aren't that way. Most people aren't on YouTube, and they're not even going on Twitter and stuff. They might do searches for checklist once in a while. But a product like Topps Finest, which is very pricey, 220 to 250 per box for maybe 50 cards. They cost you $2, $3 a card, $4 a card. If you wanted to break them. And most people aren't going to do that. And it's not available. The majority of people who collect cards buy their cards from Walmart or Target, retail outlets, maybe a local hobby shop. And even there, they're going to buy blasters. Most people don't even attend card shows, and they don't necessarily have those opportunities. So base cards from Topps Finest are going to do fairly well. $1.49, I accepted a best offer on it. I don't remember if it was $1.25, plus $1 shipping. That's a good deal to some people who just want that card. It's the best they're going to do. They may not have a card show by them. And even if they do, they may not be willing to spend an hour and a half digging through bargain boxes to try and grab the card a little cheaper. So we got a mix of, some vintage stuff and some more modern rookies. Another Shohei Otani. Hoyt Wilhelm, a real beater, $6. I'm sure someone was just happy to get that, just to kind of, even as a placeholder for a set. Here's another oddball, 1979 Topps Nassau Dallas Tornadoes sticker. Jalen Hurts card. I was shocked how long that one took to move. You gotta love the Hall of Famers, guys like Satchel Paige, who don't have a ton of ultra modern cards. Obviously, is in some products usually during the course of the year. And his playing day stuff is unaffordable in many cases. So you have a cool card like this, 1994 Upper Deck Baseball, the American Epic, and that's a beautiful looking card. These classic, 91 classic, most people aren't going to take the time to list items like this, but there are collectors out here. Here we have a collector who does watch the channel. My boy Reese ND Card Rangers don't want to purchase these, but he's a Notre Dame collector, so I'm sure he was thrilled to find some Notre Dame cards here. Selection of Philly, some finest inserts, the Topps finest headliners inserts. Star Wars Sapphire, I broke 2 boxes of that. Been pretty disappointing with that. I've sold a couple cards, but they've been pretty tough for sure, especially considering the price. Didn't hit anything crazy, no autographs or anything. Another Otani, an Otani finest. Brian Bello, a rookie. These Corbin Carroll 88s have sold quite a few of them as well. I mean, that's a cool rookie card, and Carroll, has been fantastic this year. It's a little more rare, I guess. It's not a rare card at all, but a little tougher to get than the flagship from Topps. So Carroll collectors out there, some people are going to prefer that card as opposed to some color refractor that's being listed for $500. Ozzie Smith cards, the All Aces, very popular insert. Probably one of the best-selling inserts from 2023 Top Series 2. The box toppers move as well. Offer was declined on that one. Beautiful looking Hank Aaron. Sold a tennis card. The tennis Sapphire is pretty tough too. I have some listed cheaper. Tip out there, if you're collecting that, probably accept just about any offer on most of those cards. Here's some leftover football from early last year. The Rookies and Stars Pulsar Prisms. That was a set break I did. Pricey set, but actually did pretty well overall on that. Another Otani. Pretty much most of my Otanis are quickly disappearing with how well he's played. Kevin Biggio. Again, Biggio was kind of hot a few years ago. I mean, I think he's still popular in Toronto, but he's more of a role player. But eventually someone grabbed it. Hank Aaron Blue. Got some Marvel cards listed as well. So you can see there's like 8 pages. So I'll fly through a few of these. Obviously not planning on staying on forever, but just thought it might be interesting for some people to kind of get some background on some stuff. So here's some finest. Obviously, there's a run of finest when the product releases. I actually got the finest a day before release. I didn't even realize. I broke it and started listing them, and I was like shocked that no one else had any. There's a Kurt Schilling Beckett authenticated autograph. Beckett had a special during spring training, so I sent some stuff. I don't love Beckett's holders, but I think their autograph authentication is top notch. They're on par with anyone, including PSA DNA. So I will get some stuff slabbed with them. I got some stuff slabbed for my collection, just cheaper cards to save some money, and then some extras. Like I have, dozens of Schilling autographs, and obviously going to move some at some point to get some money back. So here's a run, of course, of finest. 91 classics. More finest, the finest rookies. Some 53 tops, finest inserts. Autograph baseball. Chad Qualls, like who knew? That was one when I'm listing it. I'm like, is anyone ever actually going to buy this? Was shocked when someone did. Ted Williams, beautiful card. Topps Chrome Platinum Anniversary. Some Freddie Freeman's. This is Dave Winfield from 2020, Topps 206. I've came across some big lots. I bought a couple groups of jerseys and done pretty well with them. Used jerseys. There's an Otani Home Run Challenge. Some oddball stuff. These are Phillies postcards. There's another Otani Topps Chrome. Otani stuff's crazy. Was thrilled to get $10 for this Miguel Andujar PSA 10 2018 Bowman. And see, this is something where if you've been collecting, if you've been purchasing stuff for a long time, you're actually not doing that bad. So of course this card, I mean, it's a Bowman paper, so it was never super high, but I'm sure when things were really hyped, it was probably going for like $30 down to about $10 now. But for me, when I got that graded, honestly, I probably only paid $7 $750 to get that card graded. And I mean, the card's valued at next to nothing. It probably cost me breaking it back then $1. So I mean, it's really like $1 profit. Granted, you're holding the card for 3 years, and I didn't necessarily expect to sell it. A lot of times in the past, years ago, I would get tons of stuff graded just because I was obsessed with grading and not really with the mindset of immediately selling. Here's a Josh Young 1988 baseball autograph. Did really well with that. Actually picked that one up at a local card show. Some silver packs. We got some of this talking baseball starting lineup cards. Whole selection of Phillies ones there. Nomar Garciaparra, green tennis. I forget. I took quite a bit off of that. Probably accepted like 25. Some more Otani stuff. I actually have another one of these. I would think this card might have gone up a little bit. That's an awesome card that I bought. I got a couple of those from Topps. One for the collection. I think maybe one or two people wanted some, and then figured I'd just sell a few. Red stuff was selling like crazy at one point when they were winning, 10 in a row or so. Spencer Steer, especially. I sold a ton of his rookies, his rookie inserts, had an autograph that sold as well. Sometimes you just have to wait things out too, like this Miguel Cabrera Topps Cards Rainbow Foil. It's numbered to 199, so there's only 199 of them. So that's not many in the grand scheme of things, but at the same time, numbered to 199 is not considered all that special anymore. But the reality is that's coming out of Topps Archives. There's just not generally that many available. So at some point, if it's a player that collect it, which Cabrera is very well collected, eventually you're going to get your price or close to your price. So, I mean, sometimes you have to do what you can do to get some money back or get some money in. But like this is a situation, and again, offhand probably accepted $7, $8, which I was fine with. But over time, you'll get some offers for $1 or $2, or one will sell at auction for like $1.50, and then of course everyone wants to offer you that. They're like, well, this is what the last one went for. It's like, yeah, well, there's no others available. That it can be seen as, yeah, that's what the last one went for, or it was your lost opportunity. Bunch of Andrew McCutcheons. Another guy's still very popular. Vintage. Bo Bichette. This is a card I knew that would eventually just sell. I think what I did with this, I had it listed for 25. I received like 12 offers in the matter of a week. And guys just kept offering. I kept countering back, won it like 23. And eventually I jacked the price up to $34.99. I started actually getting offers above what I originally was asking for it. I think I accepted like 28, 29. So sometimes people are just making, offers for the sake of making offers, which I don't blame them. But if the card is getting that much action on it, it's inevitably going to sell. A couple black parallels here from Series 2. Little Orioles action. There's another one of those Corbin Carrolls. More Otani action. Bought this one from my buddy JT, Triple Crown 24 on Whatnot, like last year. I forget why I think I ended up just winning a few things from him, just kind of bidding for the heck of it. And it was one of those, I knew there weren't that many out there, and I figured, what the hell, I'm not in any big rush to sell. You never know what's going to sell. Aaron Foltz, I think someone in his family bought this. Even Reese Hoskins, another autographed baseball. David Bell, current manager of the Cincinnati Reds. Francisco Alvarez. So kind of roll through this a little quicker. So these oddballs from Topps American Pie, especially the alien one, those sell pretty well. Ellie De La Cruz, Spencer Steer. Will Middlebrooks is a cool card there. That is a image variation short print from Topps Pro Debut. I got that at a local card show quite cheap, and I probably could have listed it for more. I mean, Will Middlebrooks isn't any kind of big star, but there were no records of that selling, so someone who needed it for a set was happy to get that. That sold within an hour or two of me listing it. Series 2 Golden Mirror SSP Austin Riley, that one sold very quickly as well. The SSPs in Series 2 are way harder to get than the Series 1 ones. Now, I just don't know, and I'm just speaking on being able to buy them on the secondary market. Maybe just less Series 2's been open, but they've been tough. So another Spencer Steer, more Phillies stuff. Joey Votto action, a lot of Joey Vottos. Media guide, old 1973 White Sox media guide. Another Otani. God, I got to check how many Otanis I have. Probably not a ton. A lot of top Series 2 inserts. You're going to get a ton of them when a new product releases. Bunch of 58 top someone grabbed for a set. Some slabs. Who says CSG doesn't sell? 1996 Fleer Metal Eddie George CSG 10 rookie. It's not something you're going to find that much. And I'm sure a PSA, I think I saw a PSA 10 sold for like 150, 160. So I'm sure someone was happy to get one slabbed in a 10 quite a bit cheaper. Greg Maddux, rookie. As you can see, a lot of stuff that's $1, $2, and they go out in eBay standard envelopes. I use a semi-rigid, just wrap it in a piece of paper, and boom. And I have very few issues. Some of these autographs, these box toppers, they're actually pretty decent at moving. And as someone who collects like Bryce Harper, they can be kind of difficult to find at a certain point too. Here, I got the Griffey Gold. Hideki Arabu rookie. So we're close to a half hour in, so I'll just kind of scroll through a little bit more. But just wanted to, I thought maybe some people would be interested in just kind of seeing what kind of variety of stuff sells. Don Mattingly, here you go. Super popular player in this hobby. It's just a lot of people sometimes will make that general mention like, oh, you got to be a Hall of Famer to sell. Not true. Hall of Famer helps. Don Mattingly, far more popular than a lot of people in the Hall of Fame. His stuff sells very, very well. There's another one is Corbin Carroll's. So this is all going back to Series 2 stuff. Even base cards, people will buy base cards when the new releases, whether they're buying them to get cards signed or that's just the only card they want. Sometimes family members buy them. Yoshida. Willie Mays, tops 206. And there's not many of those graded. Ken Stabler jersey. Brock Purdy optic probably did pretty well on that. Oh, okay, we see the sales there June 2nd. So this is going back through June. Amani Toomer. Garrett Wilson. Bunch of optics. Football. Heritage sold pretty decent too, at least at first. I didn't do much though. I think I only did like 1 or 2 boxes. Is a Sandy Koufax orange, numbered to 25. I don't sell much wax. I do want to list a little more. This is a 2020 Topps Allen and Ginter Chrome box. We'll go to the last page to see what some of the last things. Jim Tomei. Austin Meadows. Anytime you can sell an Austin Meadows rookie card, great. It's a good thing. There's some Mookie Betts action. It's factory team sets. The individual cards, I did pretty well with those with the Phillies as well. The Ranger Suarez is a different pose, and then Gene Segura is exclusive to that. Some of the others are very similar. I think the Bailey Falter's different too. If you look at the Series 2 Falter card, I think he's either in the home it's the same exact photo, but he's either in the home jersey or the, cream color, I forget. But there are little, like, variations like that that do make cards desirable that, most people don't realize. Tatis Slab, Clemente. Is a cool card. I liked having that one, but definitely good to have sold that when I did based on the way the season has gone for Aaron Judge. Hopefully he gets back on the field soon. As an Ellie De La Cruz, could have held on that a little longer probably. Babe Ruth slab. I mean, some of these new products with some of these guys, um, there are people who collect Babe Ruth, believe it or not. Of course, a lot of people are very, very into the current day players, but there are a lot of people who like to collect the historical guys. Me being one of them. Ronald Reagan, Bill Clinton, got a little bit of everything selling. Otani Stadium Club Chrome card, 2020, not super easy to find. So that's going to wrap it up. Just like I said, thought it'd be fun to just go over some things that have been moving, the variety of stuff that sells, and kind of my thought process and what I think. When people buy stuff, like when someone buys a Pat Tillman card, like I'm like, that's awesome. Like they're getting something really cool for their collection. Some people will buy in big lots. They'll buy a bunch of cards to save on shipping. I do generally have a promotion. Um, reduce shipping to get people to be incentivized to pick up multiples. But like when someone buys an oddball Philly, it definitely brings a smile to my face. Guys like Bryce Harper here, he sells well all the time. It's when someone buys the Aaron Fultz card that I laugh, and I definitely identify with doing stuff like that because I've been known to you know, buy a single Von Hayes card from time to time. Here's Jalen Hurts, rookie. That took a while to move. Dante Culpepper. So I appreciate everyone watching. Comment below. Let me know what you think of the video. Did you enjoy it? Do you think it was a good idea? Obviously, I'm going to come out with what I do most of the time. And Nationals coming up as well. That's going to be a lot of fun. But if you're curious, feel free to click on the link down below and check out the eBay shop. MikeO Card Shop is the name of the store. And MikeO's Card Shop, but it's under MikeO Card Shop. Appreciate you guys watching, and I will talk to you next time. Have a great one.